Hello, good morning, and welcome to another episode of UnionBank Talks Digital, kung saan natututo tayo ng mga bagong, mas madali at mas safe na paraan ng pagbabangko. If it's your first time joining us this morning, ako si Carlo Cordero, isang proud na union banker. And now, more than ever, na-realize na ating mga kababayan, hindi na kailangan maging hassle ng pagpapadala ng pera. Right? We can do it from the comfort of our own homes, anytime at our convenience. And this is so important nowadays because itong inaasahan ng maraming mga businesses and of course even the families, no, trying to care for each other during these trying times. At yan mismo ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon, sending money to remittance centers through the UnionBank Online app. And today, just like other episodes of UnionBank Talks Digital, we have invited experts, very special people today joining us this morning. Experts from the bank who work passionately and very quickly, I might add, malalaman natin kung gaano kabilis nila nagawa ito to make this feature available in the app at the time many Filipinos need it most. Simulan ko na kay Lara Yupanco, Customer Experience Designer. And Lara is particularly in charge of the remittance service in UnionBank Online. Magandang umaga, Lara. Morning. Thank you for joining us. Included in this session is Romel Macapagal, our AVP, Assistant Vice President, Head of Debit and Prepaid Card, and the Product Manager of this feature in the app. Good morning, Mac.
Hi, good morning, Carl. Good morning, everyone.
Thanks for joining us. Also with us this morning is Ron Puno, Senior Vice President and Solutions Delivery Head. His group helped in the digital delivery to make this available to our customers in the fastest available time. Mamaya ikakwento na ni Sir Ron kung gaano kabilis nila ito nagawa. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning, Carlo. Good morning, everyone. Good to see everyone.
Thank you for joining us. At kami pong apat na nandito na taga-Union Bank, no? Kahit po anong marating namin sa aming mga career, isa sa pinaka-importanting tao ang aking papakilala next. No? Napakasaya po namin dahil one of our clients is here this morning para ikwento niya kanyang experience sa pagpapadala ng pera gamit ang UnionBank Online. Please welcome Joylyn Salviejo joining us all the way from Ilagan City, Isabela. Good morning, Joy.
Hello, good morning.
Now, interestingly, thank you for joining us, no, Joy. Interestingly, para sa ating mga guests, no, si Joy ay hindi lang basta-basta kliyente ng Union Bank. Isa rin siyang medical frontliner bilang registered nurse. So I think on behalf of everyone, no, not just Union Bank, but the entire nation, Joy, thank you for your service. And I'm really happy that everyone is here today. Now, so let's start the conversation by defining what remittance is, no? So para klaro sa ating lahat, sa mga manonood natin ngayon, people joining us on Facebook, so that it's clear for everyone, what is remittance? And ano ba yung bigger context nito, right? How is it important to our economy? So I'll throw that question to Ron. Can you tell us more about ano yung actual definition and how important remittance is to the economy?
So, ano yung actual definition ng remittance? Actually, Carlo, it's very easy. Remittance is the ability to send money from one place to another. And then, yung mga remittance centers, sila po ay mga places where people can actually send or receive money. So, why is this important? Well, number one, remittance centers are, they're one part of the entire financial network here in the Philippines. So, yung mga bangko, they're definitely one part. But the other part of that are these financial centers that are remittance centers. So why is that important? It's important because over 70% of Filipinos are unbanked. Ibig sabihin, wala po silang bank account, right? So the remittance centers serve as an important part of a way for people to send and receive cash because that's the way that they deal on a day-to-day basis. So if you think about the role of remittance centers, it's extremely important. It allows loved ones to send money to other loved ones. Remittance centers allow people to pay for things even. Some of them are also billing centers. So it's a very, very important part of financial inclusion here in the Philippines, nationwide. It's a very, very important part.
Right. And I think a lot of our viewers would agree with you wholeheartedly, no, Ron? Remittance really is a foot in the door. Kumbaga, kung wala ka pang bangko, this is really your alternative. It's an actual alternative for people who do not have banks. And I think it was said, somewhere, I heard somewhere that remittance is dollars or money wrapped in love. And I think that's a good way to put it, because it's not just good for the economy. Hindi lang siya importante para sa ekonomiya natin. Pero para sa marami sa atin, right, it's really something that impacts our family life. Maybe we can talk to Mac about that. Mac, can you tell us and our viewers more about how important is remittance to Filipino families?
Carl, that's correct, no? That's very important talaga ang remittance sa family. If you would see the setup here in the Philippines, okay? So there's a breadwinner, could be yung tatayan, nanay, or kapatid would go to the city or eco zones kung saan may opportunity to work. So they leave their barrio, barangays, and provinces in the rural areas just to work doon sa mga areas na yon. And consistently every payday, they have their salaries, whether it's a 15th, 30th, or weekly, they would really go to a remittance center or any form na para magpadala sila ng pera. Talking to them, okay, they say that, we give a lot 80% of their salary just to give to the family. And yung family na yon, so the other side, sa rural areas, they use that for their food, okay, their education, allowance, and for enable them to spend dun sa community nila, pambili nila. Okay, pang savings, pambayad din ng mga loans or investment nila. So, you will see there that the opportunity na kailangan magawa natin na maibigay kagad ang money to them. And the remittance centers are very important because they are closer to these rural areas, barangay, and far-flung areas.
Right. And that's a really good point, no? Because a lot of us might be tempted to think, no, madali pong isipin na ang remittance is just this parang economic, abstract concept. Pero para po sa maraming Pilipino, para sa maraming pamilyang Pilipino, this will spell the difference kung meron kang panggasto sa pang-araw-araw mong pagkain, para sa load mo, right? So at sa iba't iba pang mga bagay. Now, and today, we actually have someone to talk us through her actual experience. I think sa simula pa lang ng call na to, siya na yung gusto kong makausap para malaman yung actual experience niya. So Joy, gaano ka na ba katagal na kliyente ng UnionBank?
I have been a client of UnionBank for almost 5 years already.
5 years. Wow. And you've been using the app as well, no? Yung online app for how long?
Almost 2 years.
2 years. Okay din na. Medyo maaga-aga ka rin gumamit compared to some of our users. And I'm curious, siguro all of us are curious, what made you try UnionBank?
The UnionBank app, it's easy kasi to use for groceries, for fund transfers, to buy load. Yun. So, hindi na kailangang pumunta sa sari-sari store just to buy load and for online shopping.
Right.
And, yung latest na nagamit ko siya is for remittance.
Remittance. I love how ang na-mention mo agad is your reason for trying it is how easy it is. No? So ginamit mo lang talaga siya agad. You mentioned remittance, the remittance feature. Paano siya naging useful para sa'yo?
Being a health worker, it requires a lot of time sa work. So during my off, parang before kasi I need to be in a line para money for my father. Especially nung pandemic kasi halos lahat ng remittance center they are all only open for a very short period of time and I don't have much time para pumila and my father needs it. Last April, we had an operation in another town. In that town, yeah, they have positive case and hindi naman ako pwedeng pumasok doon kasi pag pumasok ako, I'll be quarantined for 14 days. So, paano yung work? Paano naman yung father ko? So, when I learned about the app, I immediately tried it and when after kong magamit yung app, and then in just few hours, nag-text na yung mother ko na okay na yung nasa-settle na yung hospital bill. Yun. So, ang laking tulong kasi kahit physically wala ako, pero able to give him financial support, and yun na rin yung parang my way of showing him and caring for him kahit wala ako.
Right, right. You mentioned, no, so you are currently based in Ilagan. Yung father mo ay nasa Isabela rin ba siya?
Yes, pero it's like 4 towns pa.
4 towns away. Right, right. So it's quite impossible nga naman na physically makapunta ka doon. So I guess I'm really happy to hear na nagamit mo yung ating remittance feature for that purpose specifically, no? Kasi how else tayo magpapadala sa mga loved ones natin sa panahon ngayon. Now, I want to also involve, thank you for that, Joy. Babalikan natin siya in a bit, no? Marami pa tayong pag-uusapan with her. At this point, I'd like to ask our viewers to join the conversation also, because I'm sure you guys have your own unique experiences with our app. And so if you look at your screen below, right, you will see a poll. Meron tayong pa-poll. Sabihin nyo lang po sa amin, which app feature you enjoy the most? So yung mga options natin dyan below your screen is digital account opening, number 1, bills payments, mobile check deposit, remittance, fund transfer, or goal setting. Right? So please take a moment to click on that poll para rin malaman namin sa Union Bank kung ano yung mga features na nai-enjoy ninyo. And speaking about features, curious din ako, just like many of our viewers, what really pushed Union Bank to add this feature? The reason why I ask this is if you look around, no, kung titingnan niyo po yung mga iba't ibang mga bangko, iba't ibang mga kumpanya sa panahon ng pandemic, right? Ang priority ng karamihan is really to shift into new work setup, yung remote working, right? So just to make sure na yung day-to-day is magampanan ng mga kumpanya. And then here comes Union Bank launching new features for the app, right? Amidst everything that's happening. And so I want to talk again to Ron. Can you share the story of how this feature was created even during the COVID-19 crisis?
Sure. So let's see. Paano ba to? So we are now, Carlo, on day 80-something of this quarantine, not only in the Philippines but worldwide, right?
Yep.
So if you recall, in early March when this all happened, sobrang daming uncertainty everywhere, right? So the virus was spreading, and as it continues to spread today. And as a nation, we were asked to lock down. We were asked to lock down in our respective communities, within our respective regions. Businesses were asked to lock down in the name of safety, right? However, the government also said, you know what? There are some essential industries na kailangan, they need to remain open, because if they don't remain open, then as a nation, we would fall. So what are those industries? Those are the mga financial services industries. Those are the utilities, telecommunications, electricity, gas, food, right? Things like that needed to remain open. Naalala ko yung speech ni ERB, our president, ERB, when he was announcing that we would be shutting down. And he basically, the tonality of it was, although we are shutting down, we must continue to remain open. We must continue to be of a service to the Filipino, right? And so that was basically parang wartime call yung dating sa amin lahat, right? It's like we needed to remain open and continue to provide value even more sa panahon at this time, because we needed to provide our services that everyone needed every day. So how did this feature come about, itong remittance from your app? Well, it actually came about because of people like Nurse Joy, like Nurse Joylyn here, right? So if you imagine yung day-to-day, hindi naman yung day-to-day, but yung normal process niya, right, to send money to her father. She is a bank account holder with Union Bank. In order for her to send money to her father, she needs to go to her bank, maybe withdraw cash, and then take that cash and walk over to a remittance center para ipadala niya sa tatay niya, right? And that takes a very long time, not only from the queuing standpoint, but from her personal time standpoint. And in this new COVID environment, kailangan less movement, less exposure sa mga tao. So if you think about that, and in this time, the hours and windows of things are limited, right? So it's even less time for you to do this kind of process. So it's for people like her that we made this. It's for people like I remember, our kasambahay. We have a couple of kasambahay here with us here, and because of the lockdown, they were restricted from going home for their own safety. And so their normal process of being able to get paid by us to walk over to a padala center to send these funds, it was no longer an option for them. So how were they able to send cash to their loved ones so that they can buy food and groceries? And so my wife and I were talking about it. She's like, you know what? Why can't you guys at Union Bank do this? Why can't we just be able to send from our bank account directly to a remittance center? And then it struck me like, oh nga, why not? Because we have these partnerships naman with remittance centers for other projects, right? But we just didn't link them or integrate them into our app. We had all of the capabilities, we have all of the relationships. So when I proposed this to AJ and Anna, the people who are the product owners for our Union Bank app, we were all on board. It was a no-brainer at that point, diba? Parang, yeah, we should do it. It's a no-brainer. And so in the span of siguro mga 5 days, pure development time, 5 to 7 days, we were able to build this entire feature. And then within less than 2 weeks, the entire thing was deployed end-to-end for people to use. And so that's the backstory, and we really saw it as a way for us to help in this wartime zone that we find ourselves in.
Yeah, amazing! Oh my gosh, 2 weeks. I can't imagine most bank apps out there being able to do that. So such a great story. Sabi ko when we were talking about this prior to the show, these are the kinds of stories you're gonna tell your grandchildren. Na parang alala mo nung panahon na may pandemic, gumawa kami ng app feature in 2 weeks. So very very impressive story. And also interesting to note, na one of the reasons that really triggered you to do this was your experience with your kasambahay. You mentioned.
Yes.
And I believe si Joy had a similar experience also with her kasambahay, correct? Can you tell us more about that?
Opo, kasi yung our kasambahay lives with us. Yung daughter niya from another town. So, wala na rin silang relief goods. Hindi naman pwedeng yung ayuda yung aantayin nila or anong tulong pa yung pwede lang maantay. Since hindi naman sila mapadalhan via another travel na naman going to a remittance center, when I saw the app, I offered her na, ate, bakit hindi na lang yung remittance app namin? Pwede naman. All they need is a valid ID to claim the money, and then after that, okay na. They have their cash na. They can buy their groceries na. Ganun.
All right. So thank you for sharing that. I'm sure your story is shared by so many other Filipinos out there, na talaga naghahanap lang ng paraan para makatulong sa kapwa, right? Hindi lang sa kasambahay, pero sa lahat ng pwede nating tulungan. So thank you for that. I'm sure our developers are so happy and so fulfilled to hear that story. Now, what I want to be able to do for the rest of our viewers is, what if they want to try it themselves, right? So I actually want to request Lara, can you walk our viewers through the process of doing this on the app? I'm sure marami ng mga curious gawin ito for themselves?
Sure, Carl. I'll be more than happy to walk everyone through the app.
Go ahead.
So, sending money to remittance centers is fairly easy through UnionBank Online since the team has always focused on delivering quality experience for our customers. So, para simulan tong step-by-step process, yung user, pag login niya sa app, kailangan niya lang i-tap on yung send money button dun sa bottom ng screen and then pipiliin niya yung remittance center. Okay, so from there, si user, makikita niya na yung mga available na remittance centers na nandun sa application natin. So ano ba yung mga remittance centers na nandun sa app natin ngayon? So we have Cebuana Luwilier, we have LBC, Pera Hub, and Palawan Express. So itong mga to, these are what are commonly used for local remittances nationwide. Okay? So once na nakapili na si user nung gusto niyang remittance center, kailangan niya lang i-fill out yung mga kailangan na information. So ano ba tong mga information na to? So these includes yung transaction amount, so how much yung ipapadala ng sender natin sa kanyang recipient. And then of course, kailangan din natin yung recipient details. So these involves yung name, birthday, mobile number. Mobile number, important to para kasi doon makukuha ng recipient natin yung claim code niya. And of course, the recipient address. So, once na okay na to, na-review na ng user na kompleto yung information niya, he or she just has to submit the transaction. And of course, be reminded of the different cutoff times per remittance center. Okay? So, once it's been processed, he or she will be notified in-app, and then the recipient will also receive an SMS notification containing yung claim code niya. Okay? So, once nakuha niya itong SMS na to, the recipient can go to the remittance center's branch and then he or she should just bring yung valid ID niya and then present the claim code to the cashier. Okay, so yun, very easy lang talaga. 4 simple steps on the app and pwede na talaga sila magpadala ng pera through the remittance centers available.
Thank you, Lara. No, shockingly easy. Parang ayaw mo maniwala na ganun lang talaga siya kasimple, right? Although we also want to remind our customers, no, and our audience to make sure that when you do use this feature, na i-double, i-triple check natin yung mga detalye para sure tayo na walang aberya sa pagpapadala ng pera natin, right? And because we're collaborating with remittance partners, no? Hindi lang po ito UnionBank, syempre meron tayong mga remittance partners. Meron pong mga factors na kailangan tayong matandaan, like for example, yung mga amounts and corresponding charges. And also, of course, yung tinatawag nating turnaround time or yung tagal ng panahon para kailangan natin intayin para makarating yung pera natin. And perfect because we can talk to Mac. No? Mac, can you help enlighten our viewers about yung mga ganitong mga variables sa pagpapadala ng pera?
Yep. Carlo, that's correct, no? When you enter yung recipient details mo, especially the name, dapat i-double check niya na tama ang spelling, also nandun yung suffix kung may junior yan or senior. Kasi remittance centers, before they cash out, very strict. Kailangan nagmamatch. That's a security protocol na dapat na sundan. Okay. Next, with the sending remittance, you can send as low as 100 pesos. Okay, and there's a fee. Okay, UnionBank doesn't have any margins on top of the fee. These are the fees for cash out ng mga remittance centers na yan.
Right.
Okay. Maximum for Cebuana, Pera Hub, LBC, it's 20,000 pesos that you can send. Okay. For Palawan, you can send as high as 50,000 pesos to one beneficiary. That's per day. So the next day you can send money again to them. Okay. You're right, no? We have partners. So we have yung partners natin, may mga processing time sila. So we have to follow as the bank. okay, because of their partner processing schedule. For LBC and PeraHub, as fast as 10 minutes, you can get already the claim code. Mapoprocess kagad yung transaction. You know, that's for LBC and PeraHub. For Cebuana, there's a cut-off time of 1 p.m. every banking day. So that's from Monday to Friday. So 1 p.m. may cut-off sila. So, and for Palawan, the cut-off is at 3 p.m. Okay, so ang cut-off, if you send your transaction or remittance before the cut-off, you will receive it the same day. Okay, same banking day. But if it's beyond the cut-off period, this will be processed the next banking day. Okay. So yan ang ano natin. We have to just be mindful about it. Okay, sabi nga ni Lara, pag yan ay for pick-up na, you can see the claim code in the app and your recipient will receive an SMS. So napakadaling gamitin.
Perfect. So i-review ko lang for our viewers. Hindi po nag-charge si Union Bank na extra fee on top of yung mga fees na charge ng ating remittance centers. So, servisyo na lang po namin yan sa inyo. And siguro clarification din, Mac, for the people who are listening. Kasi I've also been a little parang curious about this. Kung kanwari, magpadala ko after the cut-off, sabi mo next banking day, no? Mga anong oras kaya yun na nakikredit or pwedeng maklaim the next banking day?
Okay, so thank you, Carlo. For Cebuana, okay, it will be the next banking day ng 1 p.m. after 1 p.m.
Okay.
Pag Palawan is after 3 p.m. naman. Makukuha na yung
Perfect.
claim.
Okay, so again, thank you for that information, Mac. Very helpful, I'm sure, for the people out there. Kasi minsan talaga, sa sobrang kailangan mo ng pera, these hourly differences, it makes a difference. No? So thank you for that. And siguro lastly, before we end this session today, kasi kanina kinikwento ni Ron, 2 weeks, may feature na tayong bago. So I'm sure excited din yung mga viewers natin to find out kung may mga improvements or enhancements ba tayong maaasahan sa feature na to. Lara, is there anything that you can share with us?
Yes, of course. In general, we constantly work on improving the experience of our users based on the feedback that we get from different channels or platforms. And of course, based on what the team also sees timely and best for our users. So yes, definitely, we do have enhancements lined up for this feature. To name a few, eventually, magkakaroon kami ng managed recipients or nung save recipients dun sa app para dun sa mga users natin na meron talaga silang pinapadalahan frequently na recipients. So, para saan ba to? Ito yung purpose niya talaga is so that yung user natin, hindi niya na kailangan paulit-ulit ini-input yung information ng recipient niya dun sa app. So, magiging mas madali pa ngayon yung experience niya when sending money to the remittance centers. Okay. And then another one, syempre, we're also looking into kung paano kami makakapag-display ng more information per remittance center. So, for instance, gusto rin namin i-add yung table ng remittance fees per remittance center. So para at least yung mga users natin, magkaroon sila ng high-level idea kung magkano ba yung cost ng pagpapadala based dun sa remittance center na pipiliin niya. And of course, again, as mentioned earlier by Sir Carl and Sir Mac, Union Bank does not impose additional fees for our remittance center service. Okay? And then finally, of course, syempre, the team also looks into expanding our network. Lalo na si Sir Mac, since siya yung product manager natin dito. So, ito syempre para we could better reach far-flung areas and better serve yung fellow Filipinos natin at this very critical time. So there, I hope everyone looks forward to our enhancements for this feature.
Oh my gosh, Lara, you don't have to hope. We really look forward to it. I personally look forward to it, right? And I'm sure lahat ng mga viewers are excited for more of these helpful features. No, we make innovations hindi lang para bago, pero para talaga makatulong sa kapwa Pilipino natin. So as always, no, in Union Bank, araw-gabi, pandemic o wala, bakasyon o may trabaho, we continuously work to improve and deliver excellent product services to you, our customers, right? Kayo naman po talaga ang dahilan kung bakit kami nagtatrabaho, right? And really, it's been touching conversation. You know, it's been so great to hear from Joy and to see the efforts of people like Ron and his team come together really to make new products like this. So I would like to take this opportunity, you know, to thank, pasalamat po ng marami sa ating mga guests, Sir Mac, si Sir Ron, si Ma'am Lara, and of course, Joy, our customer and frontliner. Maraming salamat for joining us. And we also thank you, viewers, for joining us for the session, right? We hope you learned something. And as always, stay tuned for the next learning session on online banking as UnionBank Talks Digital. Maraming salamat at magandang umaga po sa lahat.